And we're live, everybody. Welcome to our Sunday night show. The Mod Brothers present Sunday Night Spotlight. With me, as always, I have my brother from another mother, my co-host, Mox Rocks. How you doing tonight, Mox?
Pretty good, man. How's everybody out there doing?
I'm doing good. I hope everybody in the chat's doing good. The purpose of this show is it's a chance for us to introduce talented people in a new way to the community. We have our guest with us tonight, Mandy Summers. We'll start with an interview before we kind of change gears into something more fun. Mandy, we'd like to welcome you to the show. You want to go and introduce yourself to everybody?
I was like, what? Hey, y'all, it's Mandy. So, my name is Mandy Summers. I am the creator of the comic book Wart the Wizard that is now in demand on Indiegogo. So, yeah, everybody, y'all go check that out. Yeah.
We're glad you're with us tonight, Mandy.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much for having me. And oh my gosh, I love that music that in the start thingy. It was awesome.
Thank you.
I loved it. It was cool.
I can pat myself on the back. I made the intro.
Did you? Good job. I loved it.
So we'll just jump right into it.
All right.
So how old were you when you first started drawing?
Let's see. The first thing I ever remember drawing was like, I don't know, I may have been in like second or third grade. And me and my best friend, Robin, we had, I would call it like a little comic strip. And it was called The Mandy and Robin Show. And we would each draw little boxes, you know, like little panels of making fun of people. Well, not people, but like our teachers and stuff, like just making fun of stuff. And it got taken up by the teacher many times. So, yeah, everybody got to read my work, even back then, as it hung up on the board for everybody to see.
So you were published a long time ago, just on a smaller scale.
Yes, exactly.
So was there a certain artist or comic book that inspired your drawing style or helped you learn your drawing style?
You know, I wouldn't say my drawing style really came from comics, but more so the cartoons that I loved. Like, the Lord of the Rings, the Tolkien old cartoon, and a lot of those, like the Jack Frost thing at Christmas, a lot of those, that's what I was kind of going with, because that's what I loved when I was a kid with the cartoon stuff. So my book's a mix of like everything I loved when I was a kid.
Would you say that your artistic taste and style has changed since you were younger?
Yes, probably a good bit. I was never that big on the background stuff, and now that's the stuff I actually like drawing more. Is like I used to just do like the people and just on the background. But now, like, I really want, like, the back scenes to look as good as, my little Wart does. So, yeah.
So now it's more about the details.
Yes. Going into all those fine little details that, I wouldn't have cared about before.
Is there any particular artist that inspire you today or inspire your style?
There's so many, but again, it wouldn't be like comic books. It would be stuff like Shrek and SpongeBob and stuff like. Cause that is the feel you would get from my book is if you were watching Shrek, because it is like a lot of kids stuff, but there's a lot of like underseen like adult stuff. So yeah, there's a lot. I love Rob Liefeld, Mark Silvestri, Michael Turner. All of those are like some of my favorites. So, but I can't draw anything like them, so I have to but I love them.
In your opinion, what do you think makes a good or great artist?
That's a tough one. Let's see. To me, it's can the pictures tell a story without the story? If you can open a book and know what is going on without ever reading anything, that is an amazing artist. That is an amazing comic book artist that can get out what they're trying to do without the without the story.
Okay, yeah, I'd agree with you on that. We'll change gears a little bit. What types of books do you like to read?
Okay, so yeah, this is where I get made fun of. So yeah, I like Stephen King, of course. I liked Twilight. I know. I liked Hunger Games. I read a lot of let's say a lot of the comics I read nowadays, to be honest, are indie comics. I like those better. I like the connection I get with the artists and the creators. So I don't read a lot of the mainstream comics. Cyberfrog was awesome, and Guardians of Urloth was awesome. So I read a lot of girly, like young adult stuff. Major X, I just got that. I just read the Rainbow Bright comic books. So it's I like all kinds of stuff.
Are you musically talented, and if so, what instruments do you play?
I actually am. Let's see. I played the flute all the way from 7th grade until my 11th grade year. The 12th grade year, I picked up the piccolo, so I could play that. And my husband has taught me how to play guitar, so I can play some. I can strum. I can't actually pick, so I can never play lead, but he'll play lead and I can play along. So that's so yeah, I can play those two.
So we could see a Mandy Summers variety hour.
Yes. I keep telling I don't know if y'all know Narwhal, but I keep telling him you've got to get on stream and play guitar with me. And I see Dark Gift Anthony. Same with you. We've got to play guitar together sometime. I mean, we've got to, right? I mean, I suck. I'm not that great at it, but you're good. So I can just play, rhythm and you can play lead and it would be awesome.
That's always my opinion on karaoke. If you go after Anthony, people think he's so great that they won't think you suck as bad.
Yeah. Yes.
So what other hobbies do you have that would be a secret or something most people don't know?
Okay, well, let's see. I do a lot of cooking. I play D&D. I play Magic the Gathering. I play a lot of video games. So I am all around just an absolute teetotal nerd. I do all kinds of nerdy things all the time.
So you're a nerdy girl.
Very nerdy and play a lot of video games. Lots and lots and lots of video games.
So seriously, how big is your love of pina coladas?
Oh, I love pina coladas and taking walks in the rain. I'm not into yoga though. No.
That's good. You're not in the song. You're not supposed to be into yoga.
No, and I have half a brain. So yeah. I can't believe y'all throw that in there because of my goofiness.
So we know, and I don't think it's a secret, that you're working on a sequel or going to be working on a sequel to Wart the Wizard. What was it like to do your first indie comic?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so there was so much I was unaware of going into this, but I can say it has been the absolute funnest thing I have probably ever done. Like it's awesome. It's like I have had these stories in my head and where I told them to my daughter for years. And as I draw it out now and it's like coming to life, and every page that I finish and I look back and it's like, that's freaking awesome. And I can bring my daughter in and show it to her and she's like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. So yeah, it has been an absolute dream come true. This is so fun, you guys, seriously. I mean, it's stressful. It's really stressful, but at the same time, it's so worth it because I'm going to get my book out there. People are going to actually get to pick through my head, my brain. And yeah, that's pretty awesome.
It would be great to have something that's been in your brain all these years now that everybody can see it and enjoy it like your children have enjoyed it.
Yes.
So talking about Wart the Wizard, what was it like running your first campaign versus what you thought it was going to be like?
Okay, so I thought I was going to come in and never have to get on camera, never have to really do anything like that. And YouTube is such a big part of indie comics. It really is. So I was not expecting so much of the, for say, YouTube stuff. But honestly, now that I've got over the camera fright type stuff that I got going on, it is I actually love doing the YouTube stuff. So yeah, I was unaware though that I was going to have to be so in people's face, like, hey, look at me, look at my book, look at me, look at my book. But it's fun and I absolutely love it. So yeah.
Well, I got a few questions for you if you don't mind, Mandy.
Yeah.
Okay. How old were you when you got married?
When I got married, I was 17.
Oh, sweet 17. You got married.
Yes.
So how'd the two of you meet?
Well, I went to a party and his band was playing, and I was sitting in the back as usual, just watching. And after they came off stage, me and all my friends are sitting there, like, kind of talking and stuff. And he came up and he was like, hey there, how are you? And I was like, oh my God. So yeah, and we've been together ever since. So yeah, he hit on me at a party and we fell in love. And so yeah.
That's really cool. I'm kind of known as a comedian, and some people would say smart something. But being a comic book person, I have to ask Miss Summers, what is your husband's name? Is it Scott?
It is not.
Okay. Well, he is not an X-Man, so there we go.
No, he is not.
Okay. Did you have a major fear or anxiety about getting married so young?
No. I think I was too young to even care about any of the later consequences. Of course, it worked out amazingly. So, but yeah, I was in love. I was young, and yeah, I was ready to move out and go and play adult. So I did it.
I'm very glad that worked out so well. That's not always the case.
No, it is not.
Yeah.
I was blessed with finding my soulmate at so young, and yeah.
Do you have any goals set when you first got married?
Well, I was in school. I was in college, and so yeah. At first, I really, really, really wanted to be a nurse. So I went through nursing school for a little bit, and then decided after the first semester, maybe not, since I was getting kind of queasy looking at the blood and the the IVs and everything that comes along with being a nurse. Not to mention that's a serious job, and I'm not a very serious person. That's a job you really have to be like serious about, and I'm not. So yeah, I had planned on going back to school, and that was pretty much it. We were gonna, go to college and, make lots of money and buy a huge house and raise kids, and that was pretty much our goals.
Well, I see you're still getting pretty close to it with work. That's going.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you had the change in your major, and you went into education, didn't you?
I did. I went into early education with a minor in history. Was what I had changed. I made it through roughly about 2 years, and then I got pregnant with my daughter and decided that I wanted to stay at home with her. So I finished up that semester, and then had planned on going back to school after she started kindergarten. And then, I don't know, 6 months before she started kindergarten, I found out I was pregnant with my son. So then it was like, okay, well, here we go again. Let's start it over. So now I'm waiting on him to go to kindergarten so I can go back to school.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Because I want to teach more than anything.
Well, if you get rich off Wart on the sequel here, you might not have to. You might be able to do like teaching over the internet.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, it's possible.
That would be awesome. But I don't know. I love being around kids. They are they're infectious. Their happiness and their excitement, and like you can show them just something so silly and just see how excited they get. And I don't know. I love being around kids. They're so fun to me.
Yeah, kids can be really wonderful. What experiences have you gained from having these two kids in your life?
Patience,
Patience.
patience, and to ignore like I can ignore almost anything on the internet because yeah, I hear, every time I ask my daughter to do something, it's, do I got to? I mean, there's always some kind of like remark, no matter what it is I ask her to do. It could be something as simple as, hey, don't throw your book back there, take it to your room. But I just got home from school, and it's just this whole, huge breakdown. So, patience, patience. Kids will definitely.
So Jeffrey Nelson has a good question. What age children would you like to teach if you go to being a teacher?
I do not want anything over like fourth grade. I like fourth grade's even a little old. I like third grade and under. That's when they're still at they haven't got into the drama yet. They're still just happy to be at school and happy to be coloring. And yeah, about 8 or 9 they start getting the little bit of mouth on them. And so I don't know. I like them when they're really, like just so excited about everything. And the smaller they are, the more excitement that the world ain't got to them yet. So everything's just amazing to them. So yeah, the little ones.
So you've been our champ on our other show, Name That Tune.
Yes, I have. I have totally been the child dominated.
So tell us about your musical taste, because obviously you got a background there.
Okay, yeah, my musical taste is so crazy. So my favorite kind of music is stuff from the 50s and 60s. Actually, I grew up. And my dad was my best friend growing up, and I spent like all my time when I went at school or with my school friends with my dad, and he was really big on that time frame music. So I grew up actually listening to Buddy Holly and Patsy Cline, the Everly Brothers, just all kinds of stuff, the Beatles, stuff from the 50s and 60s. So that is actually what I'm the most familiar with. But I also love pop, alternative. My new favorite band is like Escape the Fate. I don't know if you guys know them, but they're freaking awesome. So yeah, it's really I like some classical, some rap, some country. I like a little bit of everything, but definitely 50s and 60s. If y'all put that in Name That Tune, I don't even think Anthony could stand up to me. I think I'd take him down with my knowledge of 50s and 60s.
Well, I got one last question. I think Hans probably got some extra questions to ask you, but if you could see more of one thing on YouTube and less of one thing, what would it be?
I would like to see more of like just upbeat, positive shows like what you guys do, what Mary Mayhem does, and less of the outrage drama stuff, less of the this is horrible and this. I mean, I don't know. There's just everybody is doing that right now, and it makes everything. See, and it's not the world is not such a negative place, but when you get on like YouTube or Twitter, that's really all you see is a lot of negativity, and that's not what I've truly experienced. So I don't know. It's kind of like the news. There's good stuff happening in the world, but all they show you the horrible stuff. And so I don't know, more positivity, more, people just being happy about shit and not so, oh, sorry, and not so, I don't know. But yeah, that.
I agree with you on that. YouTube is too much of a drama fest.
Mm-hmm.
I guess people think that's what gets the views. But to me, YouTube's about fun.
Yeah, that's same for me. If it gets to the point where things aren't fun, why would I do it? I mean, So I just try to watch people, like I said, like you guys, that are positive and fun, and just kind of leave. If I go to something and it's all negativity and there's nothing even funny about it, I usually just okay, enough of that. So yeah, I want more fun stuff.
I can agree with that.
Okay. So let's. I have a few follow-up questions for you, Mandy.
Okay.
What long shot have you taken that's really paid off?
Probably my marketing. I've gotten the most hits for my marketing, but I think it's paying off. I think I did well on marketing, even though some would disagree. I'm pleased with how well it played out. So definitely.
Yeah, I think you did good on marketing.
Well, thank you.
I mean, a lot of people can say it's a different take on what some people done, but it was obviously successful you, and it was tasteful, and it was in a fun way.
Yes.
There again,
yes.
More fun. We can have more fun.
Right. Right.
It doesn't have to be so serious.
Right. What's wrong with fun? Why? Especially if you're not hurting anybody. You know what I'm saying? If it's fun to you and you're not hurting anybody, who cares? Have fun with it. You only got one life. Make it the best you can.
So what's the highest pressure situation you've ever experienced, and how did you handle it?
Oh gosh, like just in general or on the internet?
Yeah, no, just in general.
Okay, my husband lost my daughter once, and that was probably the scariest thing that's ever happened. We had a sliding glass door in our old house and a deck that was probably like, I don't know, 20 foot off the ground. And he had gone into another room while she was up and I was in bed asleep. She snuck out the back door and he couldn't find her. And he comes in there and he's like, Mandy, I can't find her. I have never got up out of bed so fast in my life. And we had this huge, it was like at one point it was this gorgeous lake, but the dam broke. So it was this swamp, snaky swamp thing. Just,
no.
Like right behind our house. So I'm running out there barefoot and like, pajamas, just running, screaming her name. Anyways, he's looking in the back. I'm running up front and I find her standing like in the middle of like our cul-de-sac, petting a neighbor's dog. But that, without a doubt, was the scariest thing I have ever experienced in my entire life. Oh my gosh. So yes, we got the lock fixed within 2 hours of that incident. So that could never happen again because, oh man, there is nothing like thinking you've lost your kid. That's the worst.
Yeah, that would be bad, especially when you live in front of a snake-infested swampy pit.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I thought. That was my first thing is, oh my gosh, she went down there and got in the water. So yeah, luckily she didn't. She was just playing with the dog. But oh my gosh, so scary.
So who are some people you only met once, but yet they left a big impression on you?
Let's see. I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody I've only, because usually anybody that makes a big impression I've met more than once. I don't know if this counts because I didn't meet the real person, but when I was about 9, my parents took me to one of the, have you ever been to one of those like restaurants, like the 50s show restaurants where you're sitting in the old, like on that movie with John Travolta, the big one, like
an old school diner kind of restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
My parents took me to one of those. And, we were ordering and they had, 1950 celebrities going and serving. And I saw Marilyn Monroe, who came out and, waited on tables and then did a little show. I had been infatuated with her like since. So I never actually met her. I met a waitress pretending to be her. But that stuck with me. And so I guess that would be the one that just really, I absolutely love her. So, yeah, and it wasn't even really her. It was a waitress. But, yeah,
Did you have a milkshake?
I did not get a milkshake.
Oh,
Can
no.
you believe that? That I would go and not get a milkshake?
I thought for sure you would have had a milkshake somewhere like that.
I got a burger, though.
Well, at least you got a burger.
I got a burger and some fries, but I usually don't do desserts. So now I will go to McDonald's and get a milkshake with my French fries just because I like the sweet and salty. But yeah, I don't usually get milkshakes with like meals. So
Yeah, that's my jam at Wendy's is get a Frosty and dip your French fries in it.
my daughter does that, and it's just like, oh, don't do that. It's yuck. But yeah, she does that too. Dips them in the Frosty.
What are some signs that you think would make somebody to go on to be successful?
Positivity and being able to laugh at themselves. You have to have thick skin, be positive, and just be able to laugh at stuff. Don't take stuff so serious, because you are going to get rejected so many times, and it's the perseverance to keep, get rejected and keep going, and then get rejected and keep going until you do it. So
that makes me think of that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
yes. Yeah,
it's a long life. You're going to get shot down a lot.
Yeah. So you just keep keep doing you. And yeah, I mean, really, if you go to what is actually successful, being rich, money, all of that, or just being happy in life. So I figure as long as I can just be happy with my life, I'm pretty successful. So I just try to joke about stuff and let crap go and stay positive. That's pretty much it. And I think if you do all of those things, you'll eventually get there. You'll make it on some level. So yeah.
Well, now we're being the Mod Brothers and slinging the wrenches around. We're going to turn the wrenches and change gears and move on to something a little bit different.
Awesome.
This is a little segment we like to call This or That.
Okay.
In order to get to know you better, Mandy, we've come up with a little game that we ask you random questions, and you can either pick this or that. It's the name, This or That. We came up with a really fancy name, I know, but so dinner and a movie or a backyard barbecue and a beer?
Dinner and a movie.
Okay. I would have guessed you would say the other, but okay. Weekend in the mountains or a weekend at the beach?
Mountains.
Home alone or home with your family?
Family.
Fishing on a lake or on the ocean?
Lake.
A night with a book or a night drawing?
Book.
MMA or boxing?
MMA, of course.
All right. I'm going to take a shot at this, Mandy.
Okay.
In the sticks with the hicks or in the city with the slicks?
In the sticks with the hicks all day.
Okay. Shoes or sandals?
Neither. Barefoot.
Cool.
Look,
wrestling or boxing?
All day long, barefoot.
If I could get away with it, I would. Wrestling or boxing?
Wrestling.
Okay. Is it wrestling or wrestling?
It's wrestling. Well, it's wrestling if you're in the backyard.
Okay.
It's wrestling if it's on TV.
Okay. So, game night or a night with a book?
Game night.
Okay. Drink and some music or a drink in a crowd?
Drink and some music.
Live stream with old friends or with new peeps?
Old friends.
Good answer. Well, I guess, my brother, you can take it back over. I guess it's time to turn the wrenches again a little bit.
I like how you make a distinction between wrestling and wrestling. Like there's a proper divide line of, no, this is wrestling, this is wrestling.
Yeah. Well, wrestling's when, a bunch of your redneck friends had made some kind of, homemade wrestling ring, and they're in the backyard all drinking beer and, giving each other the elbow and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Frogs splashing each other on, and it's going to break. It's going to break. They were drunk when they built it. The craftsmanship ain't up to par. So at some point, somebody's going to get hurt, and an ambulance is going to be called, and that's wrestling.
Oh, Mandy's broke me with laughter. So we're going to turn the wrenches again, Mandy, and move on to our next segment.
Okay.
This is a part that we like to call Das Boot. We're going to ask you, it's similar to this or that. We're going to ask you some questions. And depending on what your answer is, you either continue getting asked questions or you get Das Boot and we kick you off the stream.
And there's no cookies.
Yeah, Mox lies. There's never any cookies in the green room.
Why does he do that? He gets people all excited for cookies. And then you get back there, and Mary talking about, I ate them all, but I left y'all some crumbs. And knowing Mox only probably brought like one Oreo to begin with.
Well, he figured you could split it 3 ways. One person get each cookie, and one person get the cream out of the milk.
There we go.
I paid Mary off to tell people that she's the bait.
There's not even bottled water back there. There's like a water fountain, like those old school porcelain water fountains that don't work that good. That's all.
Yeah, that you literally have to put your mouth or like hang your tongue out to get some. Yeah.
So here we go. We're going to get into Das Boot. So you better put your A game on, Mandy. We'd hate to see you kicked off to the back room.
Okay, I'm ready.
Jeep or a truck?
A truck.
Okay. Egg scrambled or fried?
Scrambled.
Curly fries or regular fries?
Curly fries.
Okay. Baked French fries or deep fried French fries?
Deep fried.
Jet ski or water ski?
Jet ski.
Cereal or grits?
Grits.
Hey, Mandy, you did really, really well. I'm so proud. But these were the throwaway questions that we were just joking about. Now we're going to get into the real ones.
Yeah, those weren't the real boot questions. That was just to get you amped up to think you did really good. But congratulations.
Well, thank you, y'all little sneakies. All right. I'm ready for the real questions.
Okay. Deer meat or cow meat?
Deer meat.
Goldfish or bluefish?
Goldfish.
Pork swing. Oh, she picked gold. Das Boot.
Das Boot, Mandy.
Yes, even the indie queen can see the back room on our show. Sorry, hon.
And there's still no cookies back there.
Nope. I just ate the last one.
There were no cookies.
Yeah, there's no cookies.
None.
Yeah.
Just sadness that you've been voted in.
It's just a bad trick we play on people.
Yeah.
We're bad host people.
Y'all are awesome.
But if you'd like to come on our show, we're hosts, but
they won't give you cookies. So if you agree, just know there's no matter what show it is, there's no cookies.
Yeah, there's never any cookies.
No.
Well, that's going to wrap our show up, everybody. We appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm Han Star. I have my bro with me, Mox Rocks. Anything you'd like to add to the end here, Mox Rocks?
Just make sure that you go and sub this little lady's YouTube, find her on Twitter, and if you can get on board with Wart, you better do it.
Like what?
If you haven't, I mean, why are you here? If you're here, why are you not supporting Wart? Leave right now. You've already gave your like. Drop a like before you leave, and go support Wart the Wizard. The in-demand campaign on Indiegogo.
Absolutely, yes. Everybody, please go and check out my book, Wart the Wizard, and make sure y'all get Nan the Necromancer by John Hayes art. Every backer will get 3 trading cards and a Sunday Follies Ash Can by Dark Gift Comics and Midnight Images, and it is freaking amazing. And we are so close, you guys, to unlocking that double-sided Wart the Wizard bookmark by Peter Gilmore. So, yeah, everybody go check out my book. And you guys, thank y'all so much for having me. This was so fun.
And both of those people happen to be in the chat. Peter Gilmore
Yes.
and Dark Gift Comics presents.
Yes. Love those guys.
So
They're
now they have to do it because you just put them on blast.
right. Exactly.
So we appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. If you look down in the card, follow me and Mox on Twitter. We tweet out a lot of different creators and artists and indie creators like Mandy and Mary and different people like that. You can see who's streaming, who's putting out content. We also have a section on the bottom called Friends of the Show. Go subscribe to them and ring the bell, follow along on their channels. And until next time, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to Sunday Night Spotlight. I'd like to thank Mandy for being here with us again.
Thank y'all for having
lovely.
me.
It was lovely having you, Mandy.
It was great being here. Seriously, I love you guys. Y'all are awesome.
And everybody join us next Sunday at 10 o'clock for the Mob Brothers Present Sunday Fun Day. We play a game that Mandy may or may not like called Name That Tune.
Now I'm going to dominate. From now on, I've decided every time I come on Name That Tune, I'm coming. I'm coming with, I'm going to. Anthony,
I think he's talking about the ash can. Get off your butt, Anthony, and make the ash can. You're now on blast.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I was going to say. I forgot.
Well, if nobody else mocks, Mandy, if you don't have anything, other closing statements to make.
Oh, just everybody also, please sign up for the mailing list for Rocket Gal in the Moment of Mars. That is going to be an awesome book. And my bestie, Peter Gilmore and Wyatt Holiday are doing it. So, yeah, y'all go check that one out, too. That's it. I'm done.
All right. Anything else for you, Mox?
No, sir. Just everybody have a good night. Stay blessed.
All right. Everybody have a good night. Everybody say goodbye while we awkwardly wait for the stream to end.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
How long do we have to do this? I feel like the